Hey, how you doing? My name is Joseph Charles Colin. View modern art. $1 per second, forever. So, this is the new canvas. Hopefully I don't get no ink off, because I got ink all over the place here. On my 50. Oh, it's late at night. Tired, like so many videos before, because we're gonna have my Warpaint on. It's at the end of the night, and so let's make this a good one. There we go. Now this one's delicate because I want the gold on the bottom here. Do this an angle, this an angle. Good. It's very unique. Very nice one, actually. I just hope that's what it looks like. I just hope that the stamp works good. If you're watching this, thank you so much for watching. I noticed, like I said before, between 10 and 20 people. I watch my own stuff, so minus a couple times. And thank you so much for actually watching. Like, you could possibly be watching history here. You possibly could be watching history. If you're watching this right now, you could be the only ones in the world to actually know what this is all about. And we don't know. I have no clue what's going to happen in the future. I really don't. Nobody, I've had people say, like, oh, you're crazy. Nobody's going to buy a painting that's a year and it's $36 million. 37. I got ones over a year now. A couple over a year. Or I think maybe, no, one is coming up here. So the first one's over a year, and that's 31.2 million or something like that. Now people say all the time, Chuck, how can this be $30 million in a year, 60 million, and why not? Why not? I am taking a chance on this. I'm taking a chance. It's not even about the money. It's about me doing something that's never been done before. Nobody has even thought of putting $1 per second price on a painting. And the only object in the world that you could put $1 per second is on a painting. It's the only object. It's the only object you can ask, literally. Okay, so that's down a bit. So just come up just slightly. I don't know. I give up on being perfect stamp in the middle. Either it works. It still didn't. Oh, and I got a little piece of something in there. It's stuck. I'm just gonna leave that. Got a little piece of something stuck. Must have been on a stamp. I can't hit it anymore. So. That little whatever stuck on there, it'll be on there forever, because once it gets coated, it's on there. I don't know what it is. It must be something when I was trying to clean it before. Maybe, I don't know. Can you see that in the middle? Little piece of something stuck right in the center. Once again, I didn't bring it down a bit. So it's crooked again. Oh, man. God, I want that straight so much, but how do you make it straight? Man, just so I have to put a little bit of an angle next time. God, I don't know if I'm ruining paintings. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is a unique painting. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3 basically colors. It's got patterns all done at once within like 30 seconds. How many paintings look like that? None. So this is 55, upload 111. So this is 55, canvas 55. And upload 111. You know, who knows where these are going to end up in the future? Who knows? I have no clue. Alright, I hope it ain't damaging putting his ink in the back of the canvas. I hope it doesn't eat through it or something. Somebody told me it won't, but I don't know. So that's the authenticate it in the future. I really like this Warpaint. I was struggling today to try to figure out what to do for a Warpaint, because after so many, I'm just running out of ideas. Like, I'm just kind of, what I'm doing is just putting a design. I start with a design and say, okay, I'm gonna go on the slant today, and then I'll just put a couple of stripes on here on each side, and I'll put some in the middle, and then I'll put the gold on there. Very itchy. This gold, very itchy. Just drives me nuts. But anyways, that's what it looks like, guys. Another Joseph Charles Colin View Modern Art. It's not bad. Not bad. It's a little dark in one side. What's this? Piece of glass? No, tape. $1 per second forever. That's about it. This is just another painting, number 55. If you're here watching, thank you so much for even being here. If you like art and stuff, everybody else in the world doesn't know this exists. And when I start traveling and start pushing this art, and you're gonna literally see this probably somewhere in one of my shows in the future here, and it's gonna say 60,000 beside it, 70,000 or 70 million, 80 million, 90 million. 3 years, it's $90 million. Is corporations and people and collectors going to take it seriously? Only time will tell. I've had somebody says, listen, people are just going to sell it who have it. They're going to sell it for whatever they can get, and that's fine. But what happens if you have a painting and you sold it, say even for $1,000, a couple thousand, 3,000, you bought it for 3,500 or whatever, and you sold it. You sold that painting. And then all of a sudden, people all over the world that have money start buying them at $1 per second. And then here you are with, who cares if you can get money off the painting or not? Don't do it. Put it in a box. Forget about it. If you don't have it on your wall, that's fine. Do not dismiss this art, because you do not know, in the art world, you do not know what's going to happen. Anything can happen. Anything in art. There's people like Jean-Michel Basquiat, if I even said it right. I watched a documentary on him a couple times. I watched a movie, and he came out of nowhere. And it's just people, even though mine are 10 by 10s, it's unique. It's done by North American Treaty Status Native. It's unique medium on there, and it's $1 per second. You have a piece of art on your wall at $1 per second. Basically, you have to get my art in the first day before it goes up to 86,400 on that day. You basically have to pay for it in the first hour. Right now, I'm not selling anything at 3,600. I'm selling at 86,400 or 3,600 seconds in a day. 86,000 or 86,000. I'm tired. 86,400 seconds in a day. 3,600 seconds in an hour. 60. Of all the art in the world since the Roman Empire, you, if you're watching this and you have a piece of art, you have a piece of art by the artist, by me, at $1 per second. Nobody has ever done that in the history of art, as far as I know. And I don't think nobody's crazy enough to do that but a guy with Warpaint. Before I start doing all this, before I start doing all the Warpaint, I wouldn't have in a million years ever thought of putting Warpaint on and making paintings with it. It just happened by circumstance. That's all it is. Total circumstance. Just out of the blue. A friend of mine a long time ago just said, "Why don't you put that on canvas?" And he was right. So I'm Joseph Charles Colin. View modern art. $1 per second. Forever. Thank you. I don't know where this video is going to end up in the world. This video could last 1,000 years. You could be watching it on some kind of touchless screen or in the future. I don't know. I don't know where my art's going to end up. 1,000 years times 31 million is a lot of coin. But remember, it's, no paintings ever reached $1 billion. And every single one of my paintings within a 2-year span is going to hit $1 billion in about 31.5 years or so. You can do the math. I just can't right now. But I think it's about 31.5 years. It hits $1 billion at the $1 per second rate. And I hope people are buying my art. It's like a stock. I created basically this painting is a stock. This is a stock that goes up $1 per second. Never loses value forever. If you have this and it's 20 million, you hang on to it for a year, then it's 30, and then 30 plus 20 million, so 50 million. If you never know, people might billionaires, trillionaires in the future. There's no trillionaire yet, but you never know. Maybe people will be buying my art to add to their money. Maybe this will be seen as money somehow in the future. and it's $1 per second. This 10 by 10. And remember, there's pieces of art out there about the same size that is in the millions of dollars, and it's because of probably provenance and stuff. But remember, anybody buying my art in the future, if they have money, the provenance will be built into this. That's all there is to it. So we don't know. We don't know. I just hope my dreams come true and I sell one for a couple $1,000,000. I don't even care about multi-million dollars. And you never know. I could be sitting on 30 paintings here at $30 million each. And people start buying them. Remember, money to billionaires, a billionaire that has $10 billion and maybe has half of that and cash, they don't care. They don't care. Maybe they do because that's how they become billionaires. But I've had people saying, Chuck, there's people out there that have everything they have, everything they ever wanted, and the money is there in their bank accounts, and they're always thinking new ways. So here is a painting at $1 per second. And every multi-millionaire, every billionaire, every company out there, I hope that day comes when, remember, there's only going to be 99, maybe 101. So I've always said 101%. So it might be 99, 100, and 101, and that's it. There's going to be, and I'm retired, 101, and I'm just going to travel. And you're going to see that. And you're going to see a tag beside it. $30 million, $40 million, $60 million, and then people, I'm sure, are gonna go, that painting is 60. Are you crazy? I can see it now. That painting is $60 million. Yeah, and all the other 50 of them all around the place, and people that have them. I have about 30 sitting in a corner here that I hope to sell one day. Even if I sold this one at $30 million, I think $2 million is all I really will ever spend, because I don't care about fancy stuff. I don't care about big fancy houses. I don't care about any of that. But who knows? If a billionaire comes in and buys one of my paintings, because other billionaires are buying it, millionaires, then maybe I might get that swelled head. And if all of a sudden and then I gotta, if people spend $30 million for a painting, a 10 by 10 painting that they could take anywhere in the world with them, take this to dinner, I want this for you to carry it with you, carry it wherever you go, take it to your friend's wine and cheese party. You take it to board meetings. You take it and say, this is my Joseph Charles Colin. You guys want to see it? That's why I want it this small. I don't care about a big painting as big as this or big as the wall back here. I don't care about that. I care about something that has a value that goes up forever. And it's a crazy value, but it's not that crazy when you really, really think about it. And what is money anyways? People have done bad things in the world for money. Wars and stuff have happened over money. And all I want to do is put $1 per second on my painting. And this in a year, 2 years, 31 million, end of this year, by when you see this video. Or 2 years, which is 62 million. 3 years is 90 million, and so on and so on and so on. And people say, am I rambling on? I don't know how long this video is going to be out there in the world. It could be out there forever, and people could, I don't know what's going to happen with my art. I really believe that when I start traveling, start selling, I think very, very wealthy people are going to buy this for status, just to have that painting on the wall at $1 per second, because they can't get a painting anywhere in the world at $1 per second. I am the first in the world. I did it a year ago. Actually over a year, because you see the stamp stuff that doesn't have this triangle. You see the triangle right beside my face here. Doesn't have that. Those are the older ones. So it's like a couple years, probably. So this could be like a status symbol, and it sits in it, and you have a Days 2 iPad or something sitting underneath it that tracks the days on your painting, if you have the money to buy it. I like to see my art in fancy restaurants. You go to that restaurant, you have the painting with you, the restaurant has a painting. People sitting nearby will say, "Oh, is that you, Joseph Charles Colin?" You never know. You never know. Joseph Charles Colin, View Modern Art. This is going on about 21 minutes now. Wow, that's a long time. 21 minutes, you're listening to me. But you never know. You never know. This is the ultimate status symbols for movie stars, for rap stars. You might have made $40 million, and you take $2 million to buy one of my, before, remember, it goes up to a couple million every 11 days, or 22 days, a couple million. It's $1 million every 11.5 days or 12 days or so. It's $1 million. It's $1 million. What's $1 million? It's nothing. The money is nothing. It's nothing. I don't even care. Even if I sold 20 of them and I have $200 million in the bank, I honestly don't know what I would do. Well, think about this. What if you're watching this right now, what if I sold, say, 20 of these at 30 million, 10 million, 1 million, 2 million, and it becomes a worldwide kind of thing. People start buying them, because you buy them, you go by the days, they sell them for high in the future, but obviously they want to sell it before it gets way too high. But what if I had $100 to $200 million in the bank? I don't think it would destroy me or anything like that. I really don't think so. I'm not really good with money. I don't go crazy spending money, but obviously, to honestly tell you the truth, if I had that kind of wealth, I would have a half decent house, maybe around $1 million. I might buy a Ferrari, might buy, just for a while, just to say, hey, I had one, I tried it out, fine. But I'd probably be happy just in a Lexus or something like that. I'm 50 years old. The money is not the point of all this. It's the first time in the world you could put a value on an object, and the value goes up every second. It's that simple. Paint coloring on canvas. It's the only thing you could do. Do it. It's the only thing that you could do. Paint on canvas. Remember, this is theatrical face paint. Never been on a painting before. On any canvas anywhere probably in the world. I've researched it. I'm the first in the world to have canvas made with theatrical face paint. Ben Nye. On canvas. Nobody has even thought of doing that coloring on canvas ever. It's just a dream right now, guys. It's not reality. But I have a bank account, and I really do believe in the next couple of years that bank account will have enough money in there to prove to everybody else in the world that I sell my paintings at multi-millions of dollars. What you're looking at is a video with the painting being done. Tells you totally clear, if anybody's watching this in the future, totally clear that's $1 per second. So anybody could say, oh, that's a scam. How is it a scam? I'm an artist, and I put a value on something that nobody else has ever done before, $1 per second on a painting. Who in their right mind, besides a guy in Warpaint, would think of $1 per second canvas art? First in the world. Galleries out there, I know a couple of you watch me every week, I know. Because I know you're watching from a distance and just kind of seeing what happens. Your high-end clients, every second that passes, they're missing out. Every second of the day it passes, they're missing out. Even if your client gave you $2 million and they know that you get 60% of that $2 million. The way I figured out in my head, say $1 million, that's 600,000 goes into your gallery. That goes to you. I'm showing you I don't care about the money. I don't care if $600,000 of $1 million goes into your pocket, and the person that bought this painting or any one of my paintings knows that they're putting it in your pocket, because you know what, you run the gallery, and this goes for any gallery in the future all over the world. This is for you. This is your opportunity. And if somebody says, oh, well, nobody's buying Chuck's painting, people bought for $30 million, oh, it was a big scam, oh, Chuck, and some people want their money back, and I go, I probably would give their money back, because chances are I'll sit in my account until I figure out what to do with it, and chances are if somebody says they want their money back for when they bought it, then I probably have no problem doing that. Like I said, even if I had $200 million from my art sales sitting in my bank account, chances are I'd probably just live off the interest. I don't even really need the bulk of it. But rest assured, it's my money. But if people say in the future, oh, nobody's buying it anymore, everybody thinks it's a scam, it isn't a scam, because as your talk say it's 2 years from now and people say this is a big failed thing, people spent multi-millions of dollars for it, in the end you got to ask yourself one question. The paintings, all of them, are still going up $1 per second. So how's that a scam? I'm just a guy with a dream, a hard working man, 18 years on the same job, and you can confirm that. It's not a con, it's not a scam, it's just something that's never been done in art history and in the world since the Roman Empire. Nobody's put $1 per second on a piece of art except me, and I will be known. This is my logo, it will be known. You have this on your wall. People instantly see that. That is $1 per second. Forever. Art. I don't have to convince you. Because it doesn't matter what time in the future you look at this piece of art. You just look at the date this was uploaded. And that's the day this was created. That's the day of this painting's birth. till the end of time. It could be $1 trillion in a million years. $1 trillion, $1 trillion would be 31 billion years. Is that right? 31.5 million. 31.5 million times 32 years is a billion. Whoa! Moth. I'm going to call this, I don't know if you saw it. I'm going to call this the moth painting. Wow. Now I got to hunt the little sucker down. He flew over into the corner of my room. That freaked me out. This is called the moth. And by chance there's a restaurant downtown called the Moth in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Just opened up. It's a very popular restaurant. So who knows? Again, you know, if all of a sudden I had multi-million dollars in my account, I don't think it would, you know, you'd see your artist. If you, in the future, all of you who are buying my art for multi-millions, you're going to see your artist dressed more better. You're going to see your artist with like a native kind of washboard necklace all made out of gold, like this, maybe diamonds in it. That's probably about it. I'm not a big, I'd never wear gold jewelry. I don't wear any stuff like that. I'm not a really flashy person, but as an artist, I want something unique. Maybe even gold thread kind of headband like this. That would be gold with real gold threaded. Maybe a couple diamonds or something in it. And then a moth. I can hear him in the corner. That would be your artist. And if you do support me in the future, if you're a multi-billionaire, millionaire, and you possibly could get this for $86,400. You have to get it by end of today, because I don't sell them at $3,600 anymore. It's $86,400. Thank you so much for watching. Joseph Charles Colin, View Modern Art, $1 per second, forever. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking your time for being here.